You are welcome to Sanjay Academic presenting Advanced Level Physics Option 2 Communication for 2022. Please, I would like you to hit the notification button and subscribe, like and share to friends if you find content interesting. We will go straight question 9A. Question 9A. For minimum distortion of the information signal, the maximum allowed frequency of deviation in FM transmission is plus minus 75 kilohertz. A high quality FM radio station in Cameroon contains audio signals varying from 50 Hz to 15 kilohertz. What do you understand by bandwidth? What do you understand by bandwidth? Bandwidth, this is the range of frequencies that can be transmitted through a communication channel. The range of frequencies that can be transmitted through a communication channel. 9A Roman 2. Determine the bandwidth of the above radio station. The bandwidth is the sum of the maximum frequency deviation and the maximum modulation multiplied by 2, the sum of the maximum frequency deviation and maximum modulation frequency multiplied by 2. So this is what we have. This is the maximum frequency deviation, and this is the maximum modulation frequency. We sum these two and multiply by 2, and we will have 180 kilohertz. This is the station, this is the station bandwidth. This is the station bandwidth, 180 kilohertz. 3. A bandwidth of 15 megahertz is available for FM transmission in this country. How many radio stations can be broadcasted within this band simultaneously without any interference if the maximum audio frequency bandwidth is 15 kilohertz? Number of stations is equal to the available bandwidth divided by station bandwidth. Remember, we just calculated the station bandwidth and it was 180 kilohertz. So, how many stations? We have available bandwidth, which is 15 kilohertz, divided by station bandwidth, which is 180 kilohertz. It gives us 83 stations. B. State the function of the following as used in communication: encoding, demodulators, and base station. What is encoding? Encoding is converting information into a form suitable for transmission. Demodulators extract information from a received signal. Base station maintains the communication between the network and the mobile user through a radio link. B. Romans 2. State two differences between mobile telecommunication handset and commercial radio transmitter like that of CRTV. This is transmitter, not transmission, transmitter. Okay, let us look at the answers. Mobile telecoms can be one-to-one communication, whereas telecom transmitter is usually between one to many. One to many. The transmitter sends to many, but for mobile telecom, it is between two persons, one-to-one communication. Mobile telecommunication uses high frequency, whereas radio transmitters use relatively lower frequencies. Radio transmitters only transmit information, whereas mobile telecommunications transmit and receive information. Commercial radio transmitters transmit signals directly to a radio set, whereas mobile telecom transmit signals through a base station. 9b3. The following figure shows a tuning circuit of an amplitude modulation radio transmitter. That's the circuit. Explain the meaning of the underlying phrase. What is the underlying phrase? Amplitude modulation. What is amplitude modulation? This is when a carrier wave is transmitted by varying its amplitude in accordance with intensity of signal. When the capacitor is set at 2.7 picofarad, a handset clearly picks the signal from this radio station. What is its transmitting frequency? Very simple. This is the formula for the transmitting frequency. This is the formula, and we already have the parameters given to us. The inductance is 1.2 millihenry, and the capacitance of the capacitor is 2.7 picofarad. It's just to substitute in this expression. And here we have 2.8 times 10 to the power 8, 2.8 times 10 to the power 6 hertz. That is the transmitting frequency. Direct substitution.